Welcome to Echoes of My Imagination. My name is Tracy Lee. Sit back, relax, let me tell you a story. Today's story is called The Keeper of the Nine-Tailed Meadow. In the heart of Elhara's fold, a hidden valley cradled between mist-shrouded ridges, a child was born under the sky threaded with silver lightning. The village midwife gasped at the sight. A newborn girl, silent as moonlight, with a stripe of pale hair glowing from brow to nape. The elders whispered, "The meadow has chosen again." Let's get into it. She was named Maria, which in the ancient tongue meant echo, for her presence seemed to resonate with every living thing. From her first breath, she was never alone. That same night, a massive, storm-hued dog with 6 radiant tails appeared at the edge of her family's dwelling. The creature watched her with amber eyes that shimmered like dawn. He did not bark. He simply laid down beside the door and stayed. They called him Win. Later, as her language formed, she would call him Winston, the only softness he allowed. Maria learned to walk by grasping Wind's tail. He led her through fog-damped meadows and into hollow trees where ancient spirits hummed. She mimicked his growls and postures before she spoke words. By 5, she could track birds by scent trails, distinguish emotional tones by the twitch of a paw, and sit in silence long enough to hear a root sigh beneath the soil. Her bond with Wind was not ownership. It was kinship. They were dream mates. She often woke at night from his dreams, wind chasing, cloud leaping, lightning barking. He, in turn, stirred when she suffered nightmares, pressing his massive head to her chest, humming a low pulse that cleared her heart. Every week, the pack of Elhara gathered at the breathstone, a crystalline altar embedded in a clearing of flowering grasses. There, the dogs spoke in harmonic gesture, and the humans listened not with ears, but with feeling. The breathstone glowed faintly blue when a story reached deep resonance. Maria's presence often caused the stone to shift hue, first lilac, then gold, indicating she was not merely hearing stories, but becoming their vessel. The pack accepted her fully. They groomed her like one of their own. When pups were born, she was allowed to name them. When old dogs passed, she was permitted to paint their spiral marks onto the memory arch, a right reserved for keepers. At 16, she undertook the trial of the Fade. For 9 nights, she journeyed alone into the bitter hollow, a place where shadows told half-truths and mirrors bloomed on tree bark. Humans entered rarely. Most emerged changed. Some did not emerge at all. Wynn walked her to the edge and stopped. She touched his forehead and whispered, "Even if I scream, do not come." He licked her palm once and vanished. Inside the hollow, dreams turned inside out. She faced every version of herself, jealous, cruel, fearful, lonely. On the 7th night, she collapsed, covered in ash dust from the memory trees. She began to sing, not from her throat, but from her breath, aligning it with the wind. The bound's song emerged, 3 notes, dissonant, then whole. The shadows listened. They folded themselves around her like sleeping animals. She returned with eyes that held stars in them. The villagers wept. Even the breathstone glowed white, a color unseen in generations. She built a roundhouse of cedar and wool, where wounded dogs came to heal. She stirred herbs with tail whiskers, used rainwater soaked in moonlight, and told each creature their own story to remind them why they mattered. She taught pups to chase scent maps in spirals, and old dogs how to pass in peace. She composed lullabies from bark cadence and birdsong. wind grew slower. His sixth tail faded first, then his storm color dulled to stone. One twilight, he walked to the center of the meadow and lay beneath the wind. He did not return. But that night, Maria felt him press more against her chest, invisible but heavier than mountains. At dawn, the breathstone sang. A 10th tail made of pale windlight flickered through the grass. Maria whispered, "He watches still." And that's it for today. Thank you for listening to Echoes of My Imagination. My name is Tracy Lee. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and follow, and I'll catch you next time.